All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our regular public council meeting for Wednesday, March 18, 2026, here in the town of Torbay. First up, new business, Councillor Manning.
Condolences.
Councillor Fowler.
Pass.
Councillor Goss.
Pass.
Councillor Martin.
Thank you.
Myself, I have condolences and thanks. Is there anybody who wants to get on the first Q&A session? No. Okay. Oh, and we have an addition to the agenda for corporate services motions that everybody has in their memo, so we'll add that there now. And
There are also some for public works.
there's also some for public works, so we'll add those ones in when the director comes back. All right, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended, please?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried, thank you. All right, first on item, public council meeting minutes for March 2nd. Could I get a motion to adopt, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any errors or omissions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried, thank you. Adoption special public council minutes for March 11th. Could I get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any errors or omissions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried, thank you. Proclamations, presentations. We got a proclamation for World Down Syndrome Day, March 21st, 2026. Councillor Pollard.
Thank you, Your Worship. Proclamation Day, World Down Syndrome Day, March 21st, 2026. Whereas World Down Syndrome Day is observed annually on March 21st, a date chosen to represent the triplication, trisomy of the 21st chromosome, which causes Down syndrome, and where individuals with Down syndrome are valued members of our community who enrich our lives through their unique perspectives, talents, and contributions. And whereas World Down Syndrome Day promotes awareness, acceptance, and inclusion for people with Down syndrome, celebrating their abilities and achievements while advocating for their rights, dignity, and full participation in society. And whereas the town of Torbay is committed to fostering an inclusive community with all individuals, regardless of ability, are welcomed, supported, and empowered to thrive.
Therefore, I, Mayor Craig Scott, do hereby proclaim March 21st, 2026 as World Down Syndrome Day in the town of Torbay, and encourage all residents to celebrate the contributions of individuals with Down syndrome, promote understanding and acceptance, and work together to build a more inclusive and accessible community for all. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. All righty. Mayor's report. I don't have anything specific to report on, or do I? I think that since our last meeting, did they have we had the History House Hall of Fame induct? We did, okay. So I just wanted to say congratulations to those new members who were inducted into the Arts and Culture Hall of Fame. The History House was packed that day when we had it, and it went really well. And you know, it's great to be able to recognize those people in our town who have made contributions to whatever it is that they're getting recognized for. I know that Jerry Pellegrinetti got recognized. She was the person that started our History House or our museum at first. And we had some ladies recognized from the quilters. I didn't realize how much work that the quilting group actually did in the town. They donate a lot of quilts for different organizations to auction off. They donate a lot of things to places like the St. Pat's Home and those type things for patients to have extra blankets and everything. So I think it was really nice to hear all those stories. And of course, you know, the people that create art and culture in our town is important. And I know that Linda Reddy was also recognized, and for her contributions to music and teaching and her work with the church and the church in Outer Cove. So, you know, it's a broad range, broad spectrum of people that got recognized, which I think is really good. And, you know, that's what the History House is there for. I said, you know, once we do our expansion, maybe we'll have more of a permanent place for those recognitions instead of just on the wall in the lobby. But we leave that up to the History House board and the people working up there to figure all that out. But it was a great event, and I thank everybody for the hard work they did on that. The Folk Arts Council and the History House Nomination Committee, they did a lot of work on it. So congratulations to everybody, and thank you. All right, business arising report.
Just wonder if we can give everybody an update on where we stand on the
Sure.
Great
Yep.
Water.
The
Great
RFP?
Pond project.
Yep, the RFP now is, we've completed the final draft. We did have experts in the provincial government review it, and they gave us some great recommendations. They did a very thorough review. They've all now been incorporated into the RFP document. A copy of it has been forwarded to all of you, and it's now with our legal team for their final review. Once that's done, we're ready to go.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's good.
So we also met with
Oh, yes.
Cordell.
Cordell.
Yes, we did have another meeting with the federal representatives last week, I guess. So we're still working through that process, and we anticipate a response from them. They're going back to their group to see what options exist in terms of any type of additional funding that we can possibly utilize, and we anticipate a response from them within the next couple of weeks.
Anything else? All good, thank you. Correspondence, we have a correspondence, the SAM newsletter is there. Everybody wants to understand what SAM is about and the organization, and I believe Torbay is one of the founding members. We're happy and glad to be part of SAM, and they are going to be here
They're
in
gonna be here, yeah.
May, I think.
In Torbay.
And I encourage everybody, all members of council, if you get an opportunity to register to go to the SAM meeting that they're having here, please do, and find out what they're about and support them while they're here in our town. All right, we have the info note from M&L about symposium. The agenda has been put out. Yeah, so not really much more I can say about that. We got some members of council that are registered to go, and all good. Okay, we got a letter here, correspondence from a resident, and about water is quite extensive, and I did forward it on to staff for some commentary, and see if we can get something back and answer those questions that she has.
Do we try to have something back on that in our quarterly review that we speak about?
Yeah,
Or should we have
Yeah.
discussion on that at that point in time?
yeah, that'd be good if we could have it for that.
Oh, right, yes, yeah, for the one in
Okay.
April. Yeah.
April, yeah. Great,
Certainly
thanks.
thanks to Madeline for taking the time and energy to put all that together. She spends a lot of time at it, and her efforts don't go unappreciated for sure. Although it might seem like outwardly sometimes we can do everything that's requested. It's just nice to acknowledge the amount of time and effort that she does put in, I think.
She does, yeah, and not just her, but there's other people too that,
Sure.
that have interest in what happens here at the town, and not just with water, but all kinds of things like recreation and public works and stuff, so we appreciate all this feedback that we get, and even, and questions, I guess, is the same as feedback, once we go through them and figure out what the answers are. All right, committees of council, planning, land use development, Councilor Pollard.
Thank you, Worship. Another couple of motions, another small report this time, unless you want to read all the background information that's going on. So the first one is in relation to the Steward Association. They are applying for funding, and they would like our support for the Growing Canada's Community Canopies, which has to do with forest-related initiatives. So a motion here to support the Stewardship Association of Municipalities, SAM, in applying for funding under the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, Growing Canada's Community Canopies initiative to strengthen Newfoundland municipalities in the stewardship of their trees and forests. And whereas the town of Torbay is interested in engaging in the discussion of forest management to develop a community vision towards sustainably managing and enhancing forested lands within our municipal planning boundaries, and to contribute towards SAM's planned initiative through in-kind staff support. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
And the next is to accept Torbay 2026 permit listings for the weeks ending March 12, 2026 as tabled. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
And that's it for the report, Your Worship, as except for all the background information that's there in writing if anyone wants to read that and ask questions at some point. either now or
You're not going to read it all out?
No,
Oh, okay.
Now, there's quite a bit there.
there is.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on. Admin and HR. Counselor Goss.
Thank you. We met on March 10th, the Tuesday, and a lot of what we discussed at this week's committee meeting was the recruitment and selection of different positions, upcoming positions. The Planning and Development Ambassador 2026 Summer Student External Job Posting closed Friday, March 6th. We received an overwhelming response to the job posting. We're currently reviewing applications. Further update will be provided. The Museum Interpreter Summer Student position has been posted externally on the town's website, as well as other employment opportunities section. With a closing date of March 31st, Chief Human Resources Officer will meet with the museum manager to review those applications, and further update will be provided. 2026 Easter Camp. The camp counselor job opportunity has been posted on our website and externally. That closes on March 20th. They will be reviewed as well and selected, and further update will be provided. 2026 Summer Day Camp and Sports Camp. Summer student positions have been posted externally on Twitter as well as the town's website. That closed on March 15th. We're going to go through that selection process. There were 19 positions. I'm not going to list them all, but they're there on the website for anybody who wants to take a look. The flex time schedule, our Chief Human Resources Officer, along with the Director of Recreation and Community Services, continue to work collaboratively with both the union and our recreation coordinators to explore the development of a flex time schedule module, one that better aligns with staff hours, peak program times, upcoming community events, and seasonal programming demands. Overall, the progress has been positive, with all parties committed to identifying solutions that benefit the town, the recreation coordinators, and the operational effectiveness. The town will be offering a first aid CPR training session Friday, March 27th to ensure our continued compliance with the provincial occupational health and safety legislation administered through Workplace NL. Maintaining current certification among our staff helps ensure a safe work environment and helps the town remain committed to employee and public safety. Our representatives from the town and our Recreation, Community and Services Department also attended a career fair hosted at Memorial University to promote upcoming summer employment opportunities available with the town of Torbay. We received a strong interest through the event, with more than 150 students stopping by our booth to learn about the various summer positions available across our departments. And that concludes my update.
All right, thank you. All righty. Corporate Services, Counselor Peller.
Thank you, Your Worship. We met on Thursday afternoon, myself, David, and Councillor Manning. The payroll remittance for the period February 26th to March 11th was for 57 employees in the amount of $155,867.81. I don't know why I keep reading that out every time, because it's just information, but anyway. First, the motion is for a donation to the under 17 Fast Pitch Nationals. There's members of our team on that. There is going to be held in Surrey, BC. that the council approve a financial contribution of $200 for the under-17 Fastbit National Championship. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The next motion relates to the refinancing of the loan that we incurred for the softball lights at Upper Three Corner Pond Field. There's a bunch of information there in terms of where we went and the responses we got from the various banks. And it comes down to a motion that the committee recommends that the town award financing to RBC Royal Bank at the lower quota rate of 3.83% for an amortization period of 5 years for $276,383.19 for the monthly payment of $5,069.76. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Next, there's invoices over $5,000. CIBC Mellon for the pension contribution for February in the amount of $33,367.68. Fundamental Inc. for the climate change report, the progress payment on that, $14,519.90. Municipalities Newfoundland and Labrador for the 2026 membership fees for M&L and PMA in the amount of $11,917.09. Receiver General of Canada payroll deductions for February 16th to the 28th, in the amount of $54,417.08. Torbay Folk Arts Council for the annual donation that we provide in the amount of $5,000. And Wajax Power Systems for repairs to our freight miner in the amount of $7,760.65, all totaling $126,982.40. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
There is two more additions, and it's in the information that's provided on the side of your desk. And we're sorry for the last minute inclusion, but they just came off and sort of got to get them done. First refers to the Canada Community Building Fund. Every year we have to have this audited separately from our financial statements in order to send off, and there's a March 31st deadline for that. So that information is there. So the motion is council approve the audit of 2025 Canada Community Building Fund Annual Expenditure Report as presented, and further that the mayor be authorized to sign the report on behalf of council. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
The next relates to the financial assistance that we spoke about for Jack Byrne. So the motion that the council approve the provision of financial assistance in the amount of $56,000 to the Jack Byrne Arena to support its operational requirements, and further that this funding be provided in accordance with the town's 2026 approved operating budget, in which the subsidy was included and authorized. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments?
I think we had enough, not enough, there's always need to have more conversation about it, but I mean, we've spoken about it many times, it's just a matter of finalizing this and moving forward now.
Okay. It'd be preferred if we called it an operating grant instead of a subsidy. I hate that subsidy word.
Yeah, we had a conversation this afternoon, actually, yeah, but anyway, operating grant it is.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Actually, the wording was gonna be financial assistance, but anyway.
All right. Thank you very much.
I think that ends the report, Your Worship.
All right, thank you. Where am I to? Economic development, tourism, history. Counselor Witten is not here. Counselor Gauss.
Okay, we met on Monday the 9th at the History House. A few items discussed. Finalizing a request for proposals to have a qualified firm design the annex and also oversee its construction. The RFP will be finalized within the next 2 weeks, and then it will go to tender for quotes. We had discussions with the province, who are very interested, but it doesn't fit with ACOA's current funding program. So we're exploring other options for support of our economic dashboard. Update on the mold remediation. This work is approximately 30% complete. Completion date is dependent on the receipt of ordered materials. The facilities can provide more details when the work is further underway. The Mannion Project, we are finalizing the website for the Mannion Collection, and we should be good to go live within the next 2 weeks, which is excellent. The Harbor Authority preservation and recreation of the mural. We are exploring the options to recreate and preserve that mural. Trying to connect with the artist to see what role she'll play, even if it's to mentor younger artists in the community to work on the mural, to recreate it. We will arrange a meeting with the Harbor Authority to explore a potential partnership in that. The Lower Street Stage Grand Opening, an event to acknowledge Cal Group of Companies and their contribution. Planning for this event, planning to begin for this event will include a permanent storyboard signage for the site that will display the entire history and also acknowledge the contributions of the Cal Group. They've done a lot down in that area. For marketing and communications, the ongoing promotion of the town events for the History House and the Torbay Common, and the planning for the Best of Torbay Awards, which is coming up in late April. We do have a motion to appoint Councillor Manning to the History House Advisory Committee. Be it resolved that Councillor Manning be appointed as the Town of Torbay representative on the History House Advisory Committee commencing on March 18th, 2026 for the duration of the current council's term. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Canada Summer Games job posting for the History House for the Town of Torbay Common has been posted with 6 applicants to date. There's discussions underway with well-known Newfoundland artist Ed Roach around the donation of a painting to the History House. It's beautiful. We're in discussions with the Pooch Cove Public Arts Committee on participating in a regional arts initiative that will bring contemporary art, it's outdoor art installation, to public spaces in the Killick Coast region. This moves certain art pieces around to each different community. And so we're in discussions about that. We have no new business, and our next committee meeting is March 23rd.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, thank you very much. Infrastructure and Public Works. Councillor Manning.
Okay, we had our committee meeting on March the 10th. Myself, Director Winter, and Councillor Martin. Minutes are included certainly in the package. I'll provide a few brief updates on a few projects that are ongoing, or certainly have notable changes along with 3 motions that are required as part of our multi-year capital works funding agreements. So North Pond Treatment Plant. The Director and the project consultant and provincial representatives have reviewed the request for proposals, and a recommendation will be coming forward at our next meeting. The Great Pond Water Treatment Plant Project, the request for a proposal for the Owners Advisory is now ready for council and legal review. Now the next one are 3 motions, and I'm going to declare a conflict of interest on this with my association with the MHA. So I'll step away and Councillor Martin will continue.
Okay. And just for everybody's information, that we've already, as a council, taken a vote under section 6.5, that with these motions and discussions to do with not all provincial stuff, but certain things that where Manning is in a conflict, so we don't need to vote on it every time. She just declared a conflict and go sit in the gallery where she's supposed to. I just want to make that clear for everybody. Okay, carry on, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. So the first motion that the Town of Torbay Council, as the ultimate recipient, approve and accept the cost-shared funding as outlined in the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure project approval letter dated March 13, 2026 for project number 17-MYCW 2022-00067 stormwater mitigation, the gully and Waterways Pond, with a total improvement project value of $1,733,271.70. And further that, council approves the town of Torbay's share of funding in the amount of $471,573.32. And further that, council authorizes the mayor and town clerk to execute and enter into a funding agreement with the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure on behalf of the town of Torbay. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Second motion, motion that the town of Torbay Council, as the ultimate recipient, approve and accept the cost-shared funding as outlined in the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure project approval letter dated March 13, 2026 for project number 17-MYCW-26-00073 stormwater mitigation works on Crows Lane, Western Island Pond Drive, and Dumfries Lane, with a total approved project value of $1,775,828. And further that, council approves the town of Torbay's share of funding in the amount of $483,115. And further that council authorizes the mayor and town clerk to execute and enter into a funding agreement with the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure on behalf of the town of Torbay. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Third motion, a motion that the town of Torbay Council, as the ultimate recipient, approve and accept the cost-shared funding as outlined in the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure project approval letter dated March 13, 2026 for project number 17-MYCW-26-00074 Tondale Pump House retrofit work with a total approved project value of $622,070. And further that, council approves the town of Torbay's share of funding in the amount of $169,234. And further that, council authorizes the mayor and town clerk to execute and enter into a funding agreement with the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure on behalf of the town of Torbay. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? This is the money that we've reallocated, right? So just for everybody's information purposes. We had initially allocated this funding to North Pound Water Treatment Plant. But because we were successful in our CHIF funding application for 4.6 million, we were able to take this 2.4, 2.5, or whatever it was that we had allocated there. And now we can use it for other projects in the town that we weren't able to budget for because we didn't have that funding opportunity. But now that we were able to reallocate it, that we have it. And I want to thank the minister for allowing us to move that money around, and also Minister Wall, our representative, for advocating on behalf of us. And thank you to our staff for working with the staff of the department to move these things forward. This is a lot of really great work that we're going to get done in the town now. And, you know, it's going to be a busy summer for somebody, but I'm happy. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
So ends the report.
All right. Thank you. Any other stuff there that you want to talk about?
For Public Works?
Just a question on generator. Is that still on?
Oh, Councillor Manning's back now.
All right.
She can
Yeah.
Take over.
Put our feet to the fire. I'm good.
I just wanted to touch bases on just a couple of things here. Certainly the trails that are going to be worked on the spring and get moving again as soon as we get some of that spring weather. And there was one thing I just wanted to, right now, sorry. School zone signage. I just wanted to point out that the director is working with Department of Transportation and looking to make sure that enough signage is there and that that's going to continue on, because we've had some people inquiring about that. And other than that, everything else is there. Just like to put out there at the end of this is thank you for our operators and stuff for the winter months that they put up with, and director for all the hard work that they do. So ends my report.
All right, anybody got any additional questions? Councillor
Just
Powers?
the generator project, I see that we're still April, are we still on for April for the generator? Is there any change on that?
No, still scheduled for April.
Good. All right, thank you. Recreation and Community Services, Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. Myself, Councillor Whitten, and Director Martin met Tuesday, March the 10th. We reviewed the summer programs and events. Staff are busy planning away, hiring staff for them. The Best of Torbay, the nomination period is closed, and nominations are being evaluated to select the winners. The committee discussed the event and decided it will include a variety of non-alcoholic beverages due to it being an all-ages event and a hot meal. Community guide, the town will be going back to a 4-month guide for programs and events starting in the fall of 2026. There will be 3 guides per year. The committee requested that a 1-page list of important dates to be added to all future guides. And the director will discuss communications department and ensure this gets added. Last week, there was several St. Patrick's Day events. St. Patrick's Day dinner and dance with 60 attendees, sold out event. The St. Patrick's Day Cornhole Tournament also had 60 people in attendance, and the daytime pickleball tournament had 20, so over 140 people showed up for 3 events for St. Patrick's Day. The advisory committee, the Inclusion Advisory Committee, had their event on Sunday, and 26 people attended. We had some upcoming events. Saturday, March 21st, the Easter egg hunt at Upper Three Corner, still a couple tickets left. Sunday, March 22nd, breakfast with the Easter Bunny. There's roughly 20 tickets left for that event. And Easter Camp runs April 6th to the 10th, has a few spots left. And the Easter Bonnet Concert is Tuesday, March 24th at Torbay Common at 1:30 p.m. Wear your bonnet and bring your best dancing shoes. I won't be there. The facilities update, History House, mold remediation project is about 30% completed, and the contractor has indicated that full completion date is dependent on availability of materials and supplies. We chatted about the birthday party rentals. Director discussed the process of the birthday party rentals with the committee and informed that staff are working with eService to see if there's a better way to implement them, similar to buy an event, you go in and rent a birthday party. So we're working through it.
Okay.
The Inclusion Advisory Committee, a meeting will be scheduled as a debrief for the event to discuss next steps and future events. The committee would also like to recognize March 21st as World Down Syndrome Day, which has a theme of Together Against Loneliness. We also reviewed the budget. Everything looks pretty good. We did talk about one line of the budget. The Torbay Common Tools purchase, I believe, was at 81%, so something on the radar to watch for the remaining of the year, as it's early, so we chatted with the director about that as well. And that ends my report.
All right, thank you. Any comments or questions? I just got one comment that I received on Sunday at our Inclusion Committee event. Can we, as we're looking at updating how the community guide is formatted, can we look at adding a place in there specifically for those events? Because I know that
Yeah.
that our people like to go into the guide and look and see what's on the go for them. So as we plan them, we'll figure out where they are and make sure that we highlight them for our special needs people, because they really look forward to it. And I know that Sunday was a hard all day. The weather wasn't
Yeah.
great. And
Still good turnout.
we still had a good turnout, and I'm sure it'll be better next time as we get better at it. We'll get better at it, I guess, for lack of a better word. All right, thank you very much. Any other questions, comments? All righty, liaison committees. Atlantic Bears Congress, no update. I haven't heard when the next meeting is. Intergovernmental Affairs, I think I've given a pretty good update, but I will say that MHA Wall has got a lot of patience with all the emails and phone calls and text messages you get from me. And I'm happy to say he still takes them. And I want to thank him for all the help that that he gives us with all of these things that are going on. You know, I know that he's looking at many items for us, including even stuff as simple as sidewalks that we're trying to get approved. So, you know, he looks after the big things and the little ones, so I want to thank him for that. We did reach out to MP Thompson. Sandy, you emailed her, right?
Yeah, no response.
Right,
So far.
so we're waiting to hear back from her to talk about issues related to the water and where we go and how our project moves forward and how she's gonna help us get additional funding.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, a copy of that email was shared
Yeah.
with.
I know she's been busy. I've seen her, she's down at the, fish show down in Boston, so seafood conference or whatever it is. And, maybe I should've went down there to see her. I didn't go see her. Jack Byrne, Councillor Pollard.
Nothing other than what we had discussions over the past number of meetings.
All right. Northeast Avalon Joint Council, unfortunately, I don't think anybody could make it to the last meeting last week. So I'll wait till get the report back and then submit it to the council package for everybody's review. Roll the Flank Assembly. I don't think that we got any recent updates.
No, I still, maintain contact with them, but it's been relatively quiet lately.
Okay. I think that's because there was one person that was removed from the equation over in the Milan area, happily. I won't talk too much about that. Torbay Volunteer Fire Department.
Thank you, Mayor. Just some updates here on the emergency response review. Fire-related calls were 2 since the last meeting. Medical, 16. Alarm bells, 1. RTA, 1. Some renovations going on at the fire department with the new lockers. They just finished some cold water ice training, recertification on Whiteaways Pond. And Firefighter of the Year and Fire Officer of the Year nominations are now open until April, and voting will be on April 6th. So it's a good chance to recognize some amazing volunteers in the fire department. Everything else is there for your quick read.
Okay, oh yeah, and I noticed today online that I don't remember the name of the company in particular, but there's 32 fire departments that got these portable skid units
Yeah.
to help
Yeah.
with wildfires. I did message Chief today and said, did we get one? He said, no, we applied on one. But I want to reassure everybody, the town of Torbay has a real skid unit, one with wheels, and it got all the equipment. We bought her back in, I don't know how long it is. It's called Unit 3 anyway, so it's a smaller fire truck that can get into the woods and into a few other spaces. But we did apply for one of those portable ones too, so you can never have enough water, I guess, to be able to transport around. So hopefully we'll get one, but in the meantime, we still do have our own. We still have our own ones, okay? All right, Urban Municipalities Committee has met, meeting next month in April. Yeah. We'll report back on that one at that. Notice of motion, we have none. New business, Councillor Manning.
Thank you. I just wanted to send condolences to a good friend passed away, Renee Downton, large personality in the community. Just want to send condolences to her partner Harold and her 3 sons and their families. Big loss, big loss. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to give a thank you and a big shout out to the All Abilities Family Fun Day we had Sunday past. Obviously, I had Hayden down. He is on the spectrum. What a time they had. And it was nice just to connect with other parents who are going through the same thing you're going through. You learn so much, little tips and tricks and pointers that work for them that you can try. So for the first one, phenomenal. Can't wait for the next one. And neither can the Bucko either.
Oh, and I learned that the bouncy castle can hold at least 200 pounds.
Absolutely.
Yep, that was great. Yeah, it was great. All right, back to me. And I too want to pass along my condolences to my friend Renee and her family. Her and I grew up together and spent a lot of time over at the old Kinsman on the ball field, kicking around the ball, throwing balls, stuff. And you know, it's pretty. I don't know. It's tough when you see people that young passing away. She's 55 years old, same age as me. She was only a couple of months older than I was, so you know it's sad, and you know, hope her family take some comfort in the fact that they had the opportunity to spend as much time with her as they did. So.
Mayor Scott, can I interrupt? There is one item that should have been in the Administration and Human Resources Committee meeting minutes regarding an upcoming retirement that
Right.
I overlooked.
Yeah.
So I do want to mention that Bobby Goss, in the Infrastructure and Public Works Department, before our next public council meeting, he will be retired. He's retiring. His last day is March 25th. So I just want to pass along a sincere congratulations to Mr. Goss on a tremendous 35-year career with the town of Torbay. And we will be having an open house session up at the depot next Tuesday, which is March 24th at 11 a.m. If any member of the public would like to come up and congratulate Bobby or say a final farewell, you're more than welcome to, and all of council as well. There will be an invitation going out tomorrow for staff and council members regarding that session, but I didn't want this meeting to end without saying congratulations to Mr. Goss.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for bringing that up. And I too want to congratulate and thank Bobby for all the work that he's done over the years. He's been around here a long time. I know him and his family pretty much my whole life. Spent many evenings up in his father's garage, just up right here, climbing around the equipment and that, and even with his brother Tyrone. So, yeah, he's made a significant contribution to the town, and thank him for all the work that he's done, and good luck in his retirement. All righty. What else did I have? Oh, just want to thank everybody around here for the work that you've been doing over the last couple of weeks, and you know, the weather has been up and down like a dog's stomach. One day is 14, 15 degrees, next day is enough to clip you. So the flu is around and colds, and hopefully that we'll get past this now, and April will come and the sun will come out and won't go away no more for 6 months, and we'll have a wonderful summer. And oh, the one thing I did want to ask a question on, Brian, is how are we looking for North Pond right now heading into spring? I just wanted to get an update on that, and I got a question about it the other day.
Sure. So North Pond is still spilling, so there's still ice in the pond. So actually, when I was driving by on my way home this afternoon, I'm going to go back and look at our numbers of when we stopped spilling over the last couple of years, because I usually take pictures when it. So I'll follow up on something that I'll give an update in our next committee meeting. Okay. But like I say, we're still spilling there, and hopefully we don't get the sunshine that you want. That we get rain on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday and Sunday be sunny.
Oh, man. But, yeah, okay, so we're still spilling now. Last summer, we didn't spill at all, did we?
Yes, we started off the year spilling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. All right, just wanted to make sure that everybody is aware that right now, we're looking in good shape. Yeah, okay. And we did get a little bit more snow this winter, so we're gonna have some runoff, that's for sure. All right, thank you very much. Question and answer session. No one for that one. Our next public council meeting is scheduled to take place Monday, March 30th, 2026 at 5 p.m. right here in the council chambers in the town of Torbay. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
All right.
Aye, opposed, carried. Thank you very much.